of Dell that's pledged, $6 billion into the so-called Trump accounts. Well, what exactly are they? Who's eligible, etc.? How long are they going to last? Well, the person to let us know is Greg Bolanos, co-founder and wealth advisor at VestGen Wealth Partners. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, good to be with you. Yeah, that was big news on a Giving Tuesday. When anyone writes a check for $6.25 billion with a B, it makes a splash in the news, doesn't it?
It does, and I think a lot of people still have questions. So what should folks know? I know that's a loaded question, but lay it out for us. What does this mean?
Well, here, in simple terms, it's this. We had this new tax package, whether you're happy about it, don't like it, a part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act contains something called a Trump account. And what is a Trump account? A Trump account is a new account that's designed to incentivize savings. Savings, whether it be for college, saving for one's retirement. And how is that incentive laid out in the so-called Trump account? Simple. If you have a newborn that's born in 2025 through 2028, they're going to be eligible to get their Trump account seeded with $1,000 for free. There's not many times that there's free money in America, and this is one of those cases. And obviously, there's lots of strategies that can be used for additional contribution, long-term growth, and we can get into those details if you want.
Craig, I do want to get into that because I'm thinking, you start with this account, the child reaches 18, they could be really off to a good footing here financially. What are some of the benefits and what can you do to grow that account long-term?
Well, if we go back, here's what I want everyone to know first. Circle the date, July 4th, 2026. If you've got someone that you love and they love you back, whether you're mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, a guardian of any kind, you're going to want to go ahead and create that Trump account by notifying the taxing authorities. There's an IRS form to do so. Your child, depending on when they're born, may get the free $1,000. If not, your child's going to benefit possibly from getting $250 if they are already 3, 4, 5 years old. That comes from the Dell family. That's that $6.25 billion they donated. The maximum amount of money that can go into one of these accounts is $5,000 per year. Whether that comes from you, comes from your employer, $5,000 can go in. The money gets invested in dirt cheap, low cost index funds. That means you get to invest in a slice of America. You get to invest in innovation and change, all of those things that make America great. And that's where the compounding comes in, the eighth wonder of the world. And even if you just open the account with that first $1,000, that $1,000 without additional contributions could grow to more than $6,000. If you did $1,000 a year for the first 18 years, you'd have $60,000. But Caitlin, what if you put in the max, $5,000 a year, each year for 18 years, and then just didn't touch it until Medicare age 65? There'd be a couple $1 million in that account potentially. Wow, that's a game changer.
So Craig, just to make it clear, when you get this money, it's not automatically going to go into one of these accounts. The person who's receiving it is going to have to put it into account, maybe search around, see what they, I don't know, what they go with, right, when it comes to choosing a place to contribute to.
Well, there's a lot of details that we don't know yet. The wheels of progress turn slowly in government. We got the legislation. We know that the Trump accounts are going to be available for funding in July of 2026. We know that you fill out an IRS form 4547, to communicate to the taxing authorities that you want to open the account. Now, where that account's going to get opened, exactly how that $1,000 grant or how that $250 grant's going to get deposited, those are all things we don't know yet. But I think there's a reason to create some excitement and some buzz around this, because it's one more tool for every single family who wants to try to give that next generation a leg up. And whether it's a Trump account, whether it's a 529 savings plan, whatever it might be, this is just one more tool in the arsenal for Americans today.
You know, Craig, the first thing I thought of when I saw this announcement come out, I thought about all the slips that I get in my mail from Chase and all these different banks. Open up an account, we'll give you $500, you know, to put in that account if you keep it open for 90 days, blah, 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 blah. What's the difference between opening up one of those accounts versus this Trump account for your child?
It's going to be tax benefits, right? Money grows through the miracle of compounding. And here, when you have tax deferred growth, that means the interest, the dividends, the appreciation, it's not going to be subject to tax each year while the money sits in the account and grows. That's very similar to a IRA or a 401k. That makes it a gigantic advantage when compared to a normal savings account that doesn't have that tax preference. I also think the fact that it's going to be mandated that it's invested, not earning interest, but invested in a dirt cheap, low cost index fund that gives someone no guarantee, but the potential to compound their wealth over time. And that's what these are. These are really time-based accounts. You can't touch the money until you're age 18. And the money, if it's not used for college, could be earmarked to be used for retirement, as we discussed earlier.
Craig, thank you for making it easy to understand, because this is a complicated subject, especially with so many things that are still unknown. Quickly, because we're running out of time, where can people follow you, maybe get some more information when more details do start coming out?
Yeah, exciting news. Circle your calendar, July 4th, 2026. And if you want to learn more, you can connect with us online at getretiredstayretired.com. That's getretiredstayretired.com.
All right, Craig, it's been a pleasure. We'll have you back on. Thank you so much for joining us. And to our viewing audience, thank you so much for joining us on this hump day as well. We will